Okay, guys, working. Welcome back. We're working through something, so rough intro, but yeah. King Becker, I'm a good nurse. Loki, in my experience, loves us all very deeply. That said, when I'm having a day of constant allergy attacks, he gets like, ew, gross. And he and all the other Norse gods back away like 10 steps, and then Dionysus just shakes his head at them and he comes in. And he nurses me through it, and he just laughs at them because they're all like, "Oh," because your allergies just kick up and how lovely you look and sound and everything else. Basically, your body turns back into a baby's little baby body. I'm really messing this up, but you've got everything running like a faucet. So Loki wanted nothing to do with me today. Yeah, and Dionysus is the one that stepped in, and Loki's like, I'm good nurse too. Yeah, you're a good nurse. You looked at me and went, ew, and walked away. I got, no, I didn't. Yeah, I did. He just, it's just one of those things. But I think he's starting to enjoy it with the other gods around because he realizes any of the stuff he don't want to handle, he can just go, ew, and walk away, and the other gods will handle it. He can be really sweet and be around when you're like super sick, but when it's just like allergy sick and he don't feel like handling it, he's realized other gods will step in and handle it for him. And then he still gets to be tough god, so everything's gonna work out in Loki's favor. And I realized that the gods wanted me to have the cat because the cat's been a little blessing. As I'm going about the day, he'll meow and he'll purr. He's deactivated now. They fall asleep within a couple minutes. The joy for old ones. And Loki's Packer, not a real cat. Loki, don't help. I just don't want them adopting real cats and thinking they behave like kids. So anyhow, and I was making chili today, and the cat was helping me make chili. He was meowing, and then I picked him up, and he started that purr, because that's all this particular cat wants to do is purr at you. And just this thunderous purr, and I set him down on my chair as I'm cooking, and he's like purring for a couple minutes straight. So the cat was really, really good welcome companion today because I felt lousy and I looked at the pollen, and that is sometimes when you look up where the counts are, it makes you feel 10 times worse, so don't do that. But yeah, I was like, well, at least I know it's not my mind because everything I'm allergic to is in the red level or thinking about getting there. Like the trees are off the charts, and the trees are one of the things that make me suffer the most. People get different allergies, and you just have to write it out. I've had these allergies all my life, though. And I was talking to Dionysus and saying, I work with nature gods. Can't somebody like come zap me with immunity? So they're thinking about it. That's what I'm getting under advisement. It's under advisement. They're thinking about it. They may have to form a committee. Do you know how many pagans will be coming and asking the nature gods? I'm like, I don't care. I'm miserable. And it's one of those things you have to work through. I thought I heard thunder. I don't know. But the cat's been a little godsend, and I've been watching like miracle videos, and Dionysus is the one that has the gentlest nature, and he has the most patience with things, which is why he works with me when I'm sick and miserable. And because he doesn't mind, and he will work you through other stuff too. And he's been having me watch all this stuff, and he and I have often joked I'm going to write a book called No Bad Gods, because there's no such thing as a bad god who doesn't love his people, or goddess who doesn't love her people, or whatever that doesn't whatever. Um, it's the religion that builds up around them that can be turned to toxic ends. It's not the deity themselves, and we have to keep that in mind. Because Dionysus is very nurturing, and he had me seeing stuff of like different saints in that today, and I'm not like trying to find them on purpose. I'm just stumbling across them, and he's reminding me. He says, you grew up with angels and saints and miracles and everything, and he says the only thing that was missing for you, the only reason we really got to come in and talk to you, is you were taught God was too busy to have time for you. He said, had you not been taught that, you probably would be a nun. He said, it worked out to our advantage and we're not sorry, but he says, had you not been taught that, you probably would be a nun right now, or be fighting to be a priest, because I know you would love to be up there leading everybody and going, yeah, 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 people. I got bigger. He has a point. Yeah, I do it for a living. I used to dream, guys, about being a priest. I really thought I would be up there someday in my priestly vestments and doing the whole mass and everything. But he's right. Had I been taught that God had time for me, I wouldn't be doing this gig, that's for sure. But I wouldn't have Kitty probably either, and God's know where I would be. But it felt timely to remind you because I know all sorts of people watch YouTube channels, and I don't, like I've said, I don't care what your religion or lack thereof is. Just don't make an issue about it on this channel, or you'll see the mean side of me awfully fast. Um, if you're in one of the big three, as they're called, Judaism, Muslim, or Christian slash Catholic slash whatever. Um, There's no reason God doesn't love you, and there's no reason you should think God doesn't love you. And I can tell you that having had damage done to me as a Catholic, and I've been taught the right kind of Catholicism, I would still be Catholic. There would have been no reason for me to leave. Catholicism has failed millions of people and created millions of pagans because the teachings got so very toxic. Had they taught love from the very beginning, which is apparently what Jesus wanted, there's some dispute whether or not he wanted worship, keep that in mind, they wouldn't be having the problems they have now. Well, you would be having some. Unfortunately, it's a complicated mess, and bad people are always going to be attracted to power and positions where they can do bad things easier. But it's one of the things that led to it. If you're going to create a religion based around fear, you probably aren't going to always attract the best and the brightest. So we've been discussing that, and we've just been discussing the saints and been discussing the gods and everything. And Loki's very happy with this arrangement now because as I'm miserable and sick and just barely toddling around the house and like really dizzy, Dionysus gets to take care of me. And then when I feel a little better, Loki jumps in, takes over, like Loki's been here all day. My God, I was. Uh-huh. And then Loki gets all the glory. Loki doesn't do very well with coming in second to anybody, including Odin, but everybody that works with Loki knows that. He loves himself. No one can love Loki as much as Loki loves Loki. I got that's true. And I was gonna tell you, and I might as well, but Segan gets Loki's very best. We all know that, and that's why we all love Segan. The rest of us get the cranky bastard that don't got time for us being sick and goes, ew, and walks off. I got, back here. I think Dionysus is laughing at him, but yeah, we've been doing pretty good. And the cat's been a godsend. Coffee's so good. Oh, so good. I heard addict. Oh, he's lovely. And where was I? The cat's just been a godsend, and the cat's kind of reminding me that the gods will make sure we get what we need. And the cat's been a lot of company. The forever for real friends, yeah, for real friends one, the white one. I love her, I do, but unfortunately that thing is a battery eating monster, and you can have her on for a couple minutes, then you have to shut her off because she will just constantly drain on that battery. She never really shuts off. So like from Saturday to Monday she'd already ate through her battery, so I turn her on for an hour or so and then I turn her off because she won't shut off and she just goes through the batteries. If I had rechargeable batteries, it wouldn't be that bad. She could be on all time, just like he is, but he's so far sipping at the batteries. So, we're doing pretty good, and it was just a timely reminder from Dionysus that, how we approach the world makes all the difference. If we approach the world with love and understanding, that makes a lot more difference and it's a lot easier on us than approaching the world with fear or mistrust or hate or whatever. I know, having grown up Catholic, and I know a lot of pagans have a lot of legitimately bad feelings towards the church, but the God itself and the saints themselves are not the religion themselves, if it makes sense. So, with him, it's like he's making sure that I know that if you need to go back ever and work with an angel or saint or God or whomever, or Jesus tap dancing on the Ritz cracker, as the expression goes, You do that, and anyone that doesn't like it can talk to me. And remember, this is the god of divine fury as well. So it's been good, and played some VR today, looked at it, thanked the gods profusely that the other channel failed, because guess what's coming out on VR, and I'm not gonna play it, and I don't have to play it, and I'm like, oh, thank you, Lord. I don't want to play it, guys. I did that for a couple years. I cannot have stuff jump in my face anymore. I just can't. I'm permanently fried. I'm never going to get better, ever. I was kind of curious because it was like, oh, I remember liking these things, and I'm like, yeah, because the end of the video was just one screeching jump scare after another. I'm like, no, I'm not even going near that. I'm not wasting my money. I don't care if it's free. I'm not playing it. I'm not doing it. So I'm very happy this is a channel where I don't have to do such things. I have been looking through VR, guys, but it's been, I try to make this channel kind of like a safe space for you guys, so I do try to watch what I play. And first-person shooters and VR just aren't my bag anyhow. I'm not playing as much VR in the first place, and when I am, I'm doing the very casual stuff. And I appreciate you can't see the same game 60 different times. It's very different, I know, going in on your own and going in to enjoy a favorite spot than it is watching somebody play the same exact game over and over and over again. You have to be in the 8 and under demographic to find that entertaining. None of you are. I don't think you are. So it was good to work with Dionysus, and he's making sure the door is wide open. And Norse gods are kind of spoiled. I know they are. I spoil them to death, and I know it's my fault that they pick up any of the bad behaviors they have. But I think 80% of their bad behavior is that they feel that if they don't act like that, I won't think I'm loved, and then maybe I will find better gods who will act like that. Loki does have a fear of the god that doesn't exist, and I'm not crying, you're crying. He does have this fear of this god that will come in and give you everything. And sometimes you will feel him being vigilant against that god. This mythical god, who, again, I repeat, does not exist, is going to come in and give you everything you ever wanted. Like all the repairs I would want done on this house and everything else, and world travel and retiring to a cruise ship. Right now, today, now, that god's going to show up out of somewhere. He knows it. He knows it. He knows it's going to happen, and he's worried. He's worried. And he'll come up to me and be like, "Are you going to abandon me?" And I'm like, "How many times have we talked about this? This god doesn't exist." And I said, "If he does exist, I'm going to hustle him for everything he can give me, and then I'm going to go chow." And he goes, "Oh." So, just find whatever way works best for you. I've told Loki, we're going to just hustle this god out of everything. If he ever does show up, he'll be sorry he met us, and Odin will help us too. And so, yeah, we're doing pretty good. Loki just with me, he does have his shortcomings, but I love him anyhow, because we all do. I'm a terrible, moody bitch when I'm sick, and it's just why he wasn't going to be around me. I'm like, at everybody. But it was great. And the kitty, like I said, has definitely been a godsend, because I do get overstimulated, sensory overstimulation real fast. So the other kitty I have to shut off, because sometimes she won't shut up and it's too much for me. But him, if I don't play with him for say 5 minutes or so, he shuts off. He's done for the day. And then tomorrow, if I want to play, he's ready tomorrow. He's not going to get upset. He's not going to claw up the furniture because he didn't get attention all day. So he's actually the perfect cat for me. So if you guys like what you see, look, he's like, tell him about the video. Tell him about the video. Some woman had one of these in a Christmas video, and you could tell she was not a cat person, because she's telling this cat what a good cat it was. Now, it was listed as comedy, but she was listing all the things that cats do that, if you love cats, you just accept it, like throwing up on the floor and pooping and peeing and clawing stuff up and running away and getting pregnant, and you don't need these drapes, and having kittens wherever and all this other lovely stuff. She was like, "You're best, kitty. You're not going to do any of that." which is a good point in the cat's favor. It's a lot easier to love a cat that isn't going to, poop and pee and everything else. And that was part of the reason I wouldn't get a cat. I love cats, but when you've had a lot of cats with behavioral issues and you get a new kitty, sometimes they'll be like roaming their new territory and they'll sniff and they'll go, "Oh, well, this is where I go." And sometimes they're doing it because they think they have to mark a new territory, and it can be a little hard to break them out of it. And I'm like, no, I can't, not with my health issues. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.